You have them written down? Okay, so one, I want you to have ownership of this kind of stuff. And then in the debate, you can throw them in each other. That's the end. So one, no, that's what I said. So, all right, so again, it's just one word that would kind of describe something that's a little bit deeper. All right. So something that you believe this TCO report allows you to defend your side, whether you're pro or against. So the TCO report highlights something bad, highlights something good, whatever it might be. All right, and then how this TCO report can be used to criticize the other side of the argument. Okay, you know the other side of the argument, with pro or against. All right. And then lastly, what do you think that this TCO report it can't resolve? Right? It just can't solve. Right? It's a limited report. I made that claim on Monday. Right? So there's one word on each of those, and then you kind of have a few bullet points below to back it up. Okay? All right. Everybody done? No, getting there? Okay, take this time. Also, while you're doing this, I did send out an invite for air. Right? If you didn't get an invite, can you email me? Because that means I don't have your email address in my Google. You know what I mean? But I was able to find everybody else. So if you didn't get an invite, there were a few. So Jeremy, I don't think I had you in my email. So if you could just send me an email. Did you get one? You got it. It should have. I'm pretty sure I had you in there too. Then send me an email. You should have an invite. I think you were on the list as well. You should have an invite to join. No? It's just my last name, GERMONPREZ @gmail. All right. Got it written down. Or the line. Yeah, I sent you one. You go to that monitor site, you search your name as being available to. Okay, we'll take care of this in a second. So, all right. So for those where are the I want cloud groups? So the I want cloud group, wait, where are they? Here. Where's the other I want cloud? So you're anti-cloud. All right. So you three guys roll over this way, and you guys. So I want anti on my left, pro on my right. All right. What's that? Will. It's live. So you guys come over. You guys are pro four. That's it. You guys just take a seat maybe up in this corner here. Join the anti-cloud folks.
Anti's over here and Orange is over here.
Just kind of I want to create a divide. Anti-cloud on my left, pro cloud on my right. Anti-cloud on my left, pro cloud on my right. Okay, so you've set up across the opposing sides of one another now. We have an approximate divide between, you guys are all four, right? You guys are all. You want the cloud? I'm gonna forget that. All right, so you set up your tennis balls. Okay, so you have your tennis balls in hand. All right, so you have your arguments for it. So what I'm going to do is we kind of have to have this rules of order. We can't just kind of toss everything out, metaphorically speaking. You can't kind of toss everything out right after that. So the delivering team will make a critique. Okay, so they're going to kind of critique the other side. We can start with the defense as well, and then have any critiques of that defense. Doesn't really matter to me. All right, so I just kind of pick one kind of starting point. The receiving teams will defend or concede the critique or the defense. So you'll have an opportunity to say that's garbage. That's a garbage critique. All right, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, and then they'll have an opportunity. The whole group can kind of have an opportunity if they want to chime in. You may not all have the same ideas, whether it's defense or critique. The whole group can chime in. All right, and then we'll go back and forth twice. All right. So each team has a chance to deliver a critique. All right. So who wants to start? A defense or a critique? That's something they can. One of your tennis balls. Who wants to start? Whose side? All right. Hold up your tennis ball. Which one is it? Is it a critique or a defense? All right. All right. So the defense is faster memory, less cost. So this is a defense that we shouldn't have cloud computing, correct? This is the defense that cloud computing is stupid. Faster memory, less cost. So why don't you go ahead and explain what this is?
So
Now listen up, listen up. This would be a fairly standard. These are two sides, kind of taking a side.
I think it said it was going to be about $1 million for storage over 3 years.
Okay.
So we looked at why the cost we could get, and it came out to like around over $6,000 per terabyte.
Okay, we're at 150 terabytes total.
Right. So, so we went to UA with server grade SSDs, and we found we were looking at IOPS too. So we had 1,000 IOPS,
which is this speed. Right. So this is a they're looking at storage.
So we found 460,000 IOPS for less than, for just a little bit over $5,000 per terabyte.
Okay.
Actually, for 1.6 terabytes. So the memory is considerably cheaper.
Cheaper and faster memory. Okay. Does anybody want to make that? They're saying they can beat the price. Is basically what they're saying.
And I think we talked about that too. Did they have the same number?
They should. I mean, they were basically unless somebody screwed up when we're putting the numbers in.
Our view was about $1 million. It's also about $1 million for us. And I guess you could go back on before. They were for different things. You know, the storage, like for that application, we were comparing the overhead, the backup, and the administration. Saying they do it every couple times. But however, if you use the AWS, their storage is not based on the same thing. It's based on a snapshot and the EPS call. So that would be for the application where you need to have something that's backed up all the time, current, nonstop, for somebody's over. That $1 million, that's probably really stupid.
So you can do this snapshot for
That's what their storage is based on. Their storage on AWS compared to the on-site, they were both at $1 million, but they were for different things. On-site, it was raw capacity, overhead, and backup administration. But $1 million on storage for AWS didn't have any of that, based on mostly the snapshot, relevance, and how fast.
Or is your team 4 or against? Yeah, they're 4. This whole side is against.
So the thing, so that Amazon having 10 capacitors for it,
Which is what you want. I think we have two different discussions going on here. But
I can review.
go ahead. I mean, this is the whole team.
So looking at backup, what we were quoted on was literally having a tape library, or does it say they actually have that tape library? So if you're looking at actual liability, quality of your backup, they're assuming that we have a tape library password. So
I felt like Amazon they over-quoted on server.
For the cost of storage.
I
I think the original argument was for cost.
That's storage.
Yeah. Hold on.
If you're talking about the tape library from play, right?
Hold on, listen up.
$1,800. That's only $1,800 that they're looking at that. So I don't think that's going to be very significant.
it'll be significant as you do the. So we've got the amount of storage needed to have the terabyte, so on and so forth. So I think it's like 100. It sounds
So
like that.
it's $212,000. Sorry, $212,400 is what we're looking at. And you're talking about millions of dollars. That's not significant.
Well, when you're looking at the difference between them $80 million and 212 is a bit.
So where's the other company?
So the other 0.8 is worth $40. But for now, when you're looking at this, you're looking at 118 tapes times 18.
Which is $2,000 or $200.
Yeah, so already we're down to fifth, right? So now you have to validate at $800,000.
The storage is including
Amazon's case.
In Amazon.
Yeah, that's-
So they provide a
That's all.
snapshot. No, just a snapshot.
Now, they're also backing it up. So you snapshot 5 or 6 or 7 times. So you got facilities across whatever area is the United States or whatever. So that if say a flood takes out a facility here, they can spin everything up in a facility in Hong So goes to our facility out there in-house. How long would it take for us to do that?
I guess it's just hard to argue the one thing or the other when the John isn't even. Like, you look at AWS and on-site backup, they don't even include that. They scroll down and see how they split it up. It's not even.
So if they're trying to make the argument that we need to spend $200,000 on a tape library, why aren't they? Well, why do we need to do that?
Because we don't specialize in it. It's not our business, it helps us use our business, or it helps us complete our business. But for them, that is their business.
Okay.
I'll call on.
Well, there's not going to be a. This is really okay. So we're going to move on to another issue. So who over here has an issue, a defense or a critique that maybe isn't in the storage environment? Yeah. Again, these guys are pro.
I think for theirs is that their infrastructure was already. Like, why would they be? Our critique is what they would say that's why not to use it. That infrastructure is already.
Okay, so what's your response to that?
They misunderstood. They thought we were supposed to have one for each side, like we were supposed to, like they're all supposed to.
Yeah, it's mostly by
That's their defense. Yeah, that's the better guys.
So you just gave them some.
So we're saying that we have a tape listing right now? That's what we're saying?
Yeah,
I'm saying that your defense would be, one of your defenses would be that structure is already, why spend all that money unless you're including that?
So he just gave you one.
Yeah, right.
So now we critique that.
Now critiquing it is that that's only for you.
after 3 years, you're gonna have to spend that money. And so everything is, we moved just straight to infrastructure. So just imagine like physical machines. I think Jeremiah's making the case that, so what? He's assuming that you're going to make an argument that you have existing infrastructure, so why move any of this to the cloud? His response to his own critique is that you have to maintain this equipment anyway, so why not let's just slowly start moving this maintenance schedule forward. I think it's the case. So, responses? Yeah, we can go on a 3-year cycle. That's what the well, how about this? This is what the TCO tells you. I should play in the impartial.
So, like, you can refresh those off based on you get memory to 465,000 ions, you can do 1,000. As long as your hard drive that's actually how you want it for years, right? So, you can do that with other that's not other infrastructure lasts longer than 3 years.
So kind of incremental upgrades.
Yeah.
But it's not a wholesale move.
So you probably
Response?
obviously there's going to have to be some infrastructure. If something were to happen, how fast is it going to be before we start something? We've got everything off-site, spread out over several sites now. It's not going to take the same time at all to get stuff back up and running. We can do more stuff and more machines just for us. Set ourselves up for just like this. We can be up and running. Say, right now, our system, our building. Smaller business that might be larger business. You think they already have those outside cameras? That's the state.
That's the TCO.
It is, but top of that, it's we're just basically starting fresh. It's going to cost us less money. Our own stuff, and then trying to back up. Talk to somebody and say SunGuard or sources that it's going to cost us less than just start with Amazon, have our own stuff, or back to the fans, bring up all this other stuff.
It's like $1 million. They already have that back up.
Does the TCO tell you this?
As you were set up, the future possibly as you go on to
No. Did anybody help? One other thing. I'm gonna have to wrap this up really not quick. Is there one other kind of under tennis ball defense? Defend the. Yeah. You have another defense?
Yeah.
What was
So regarding so another part was there's like $170,000 difference in the network market, right? So they specifically mentioned that it's like I think it's like $36,000 for a 10 terabyte per month. So looking at these high-grade servers, possibly connecting to thousands of users coming out of our network. 10 terabytes in the grand scheme of things is not.
Especially with the dealing with mapping software as well.
Especially, right? So that also plays into another big external cost factor that they gave us. So they assume, and this is kind of is against the TCO report here, is they assume transference of 1,000 megabits. So that's all fine and dandy, and that's really easy to achieve. internal network, but if we look external to the network, which we not tell us. So if you're looking at going over the open internet, which really aren't going to do much over the MPLS circuit, you're looking at, instead of, for 100 megabyte, megabit per second for your standard copper connection, right? Looking at MPLS, which is roughly about 10 times that cost. So,
but I would expect some people to go over to the public. This is going to be a phone-based app, right?
Well, going over the public internet, typically for enterprise grade, it's mission critical.
I don't think this will be good. This is mission critical in the sense of good restaurants.
Well, it's your business, right?
It is my business, but I think I have to expect people to be using it. That's how most of this data gets out. It's on the hand.
Well, still, it kind of still goes to that. They don't factor in per month, which could be $100,000.
Into the orders coming. I seriously. There's a
What he's saying, but
yeah, it's just
I can explain it.
Dive down into all those different specifics about what each terabyte class. That would probably be the last one. It's not the top.
the network isn't the TCO, and I think he's criticizing.
Internal network.
Yeah, I think he's criticizing, basically saying it only stops at really not really considering what extent beyond that. How we connect to what we consider to be prior hosting circle at that point. So what were some of the costs that people had, or what were some of the issues that people had on their tennis balls that were not at all covered by TCO? That would still be on the table if we were actually going to do this one way or the other. Yeah. Governance policies, right? This is not a zero cost issue, right? I mean, time people is money. So governance, I think, is a really, really nice one. What else do you have? Yeah, so governance. Migration is definitely one. I mean, that would be, not, the TCO doesn't say anything about it, but if we're actually going to move off of, so there's a cost. It's not free. It's not a push button. Somebody over here, that's it. Okay. Any others? There are a lot of things that I think that doesn't go. I think those are two very nice ones. Setting up policy. Okay. So let me wrap this up here. So the TCO clearly is not an answer. All right, it creates questions, which is the whole point, I think, of the TCO. And I have to say, I wish the internet could just print out answers for me. Wouldn't that be nice if you could just print out a TCO and it would just, you could just hand it to everybody and it would be abundantly clear. I think what this does is it raises really great areas. I wish we had more time to unpack some of these. You're currently involved in motivation, outside of the fact that this is for class. The desire to move non-differentiating services to a commodity vendor is motivation all in itself. So just the fact that we're having this discussion is motivation. You're currently involved in decision making. I think one of the things that moving over to cloud infrastructure currently does is it opens up a whole new decision process, one that didn't exist before. The decision process is occurring right here based on governance, migration, storage, existing infrastructure, and network issues. So there's a whole new decision process that needs to be made. And no resolution was come in this class. No resolution came from this class. Currently considering authority and control and human resources. They're not embedded in the TCO yet, but I'd say that these are the governance and migration issues. So how do we get the people to actually accommodate these things? So give me your ideas. Let's try this thing out really fast. Okay, so did anybody get my invitation to the public? You did? Yes, yes, yes? Okay, if you did not, I need you to send me an email. Actually, who did? Only 5 of you got an invitation? Yeah, I sent it to your email. No, I sent it via Gmail. I used to send it over. I can't, the way that it is I have to, when I set this up, hold on, I have a couple minutes here. I have to do invites through this thing. See what I'm saying? So basically, and I can't invite the public. I would have tried to invite the public. Yeah, I know, it wouldn't let me invite the public, so I had to pick individuals. So what I did was I went to the Blackboard email list, see what I'm saying? I just nabbed your emails. Good.
It is a public, so I didn't. Let's have S/German.
Okay, so what is it?
Plus
Plus.google. Oops, Google, for God's sake. All right, slash what? S?
Oh, yeah, I might have got it.
slash your last name.
Yeah, I got it, I'm sorry.
Okay, so try this. Go here on your browser. But hold on, just go to this. Try if you can go to plus.google.com/s/. Okay. Are you able to see that? Yes? No, you can't see it? Plus.google.com. Can you see join hangout? Yeah. That's what I'll do. But if you can just join this way, this is a lot easier. You can just go to plus. You work? Okay, but I think just the S/German pray is going to be the way to do it. Yes? How
It's like 10 seconds off, but if we're not doing this, it's not in here.
No, it's still there.
Yeah, because on here you're standing over there yet. Now it's switched off.
Oh, I see. It's live on mine.
I just heard you.
I think I need to turn off my video.
But I can use this. Okay.
So it's actually better to use the other, rather than
So don't use anything I just emailed out, is what you're saying. Don't use the link that I emailed out. So if I gave you a link, don't use that one, okay? But we're just working through this. Okay, so I think the point would be then just simply go to, on Monday, just go to plus, and I'll send this out again, plus.google.com/s/German Pray. And then you will see the join right there, all right? Does that make sense? So just disregard the email, the invitation that I sent out to you. I'll send this out again via email, which is just, this work for you? Does anybody know? Well, okay, so without the chat box, what I'll do is I'll just have email open. And if you can just ping me really quickly, okay? You can just write a question in email. Just, I mean, we have an hour and 15 minutes in class, and it'll probably be a slower paced class, to be honest with you, than what we do in person. You know what I mean? So if you send me an email, don't write a tone. Just maybe a question or two. Okay? So everybody was able to get on, correct? Yes? And we were able to, it seems like we were able to get more than 10 people. Because we were all on at one time. All right. Let's keep our fingers crossed, folks. Monday, bear with me, all right? So help me out here. And thank you very much for everybody helping me out today. You can keep your tennis balls if you'd like, or you can return them and put them back in the bag. I do. I'll take the Sharpies back, though. Sharpies are moderately valuable. Hey. Scroll down. Nope. Right. So I think you can just join here. Thanks. That's it. Yeah. Okay, I recommend too on Monday or Wednesday, still be with a partner if you can, just in case. I mean, if that's convenient for you, I know some of you want to be at home or at work, I understand that as well. But if you have the opportunity, the two of you to be together, just yeah. Okay. You work. Yeah, no, it's okay. I just thought I was making a joint and what's crazy is it's me actually behind all this. You know what I mean?
My chance to my buddy, I'm seeing me ask afterwards.
Well, I can do that too. I can step on this.
What are the odds? You were able to get on?
Yeah, no, it's not a big deal. I would look at
They can invite you, they have to.
Yeah. Ultimately, yeah.
There was a chat box.
Was there a chat box? Yeah, there was. Yeah, okay. And I do think there is a lag, but when I'm not here, I was just saying, you're not gonna, you won't know the difference anyway.